saying a talent, but you could have actually, like you mentioned, you know, you could have been like a tech genius, you could have been like a athlete
some
or
kind of
something.
level of success.
Yeah, a talent that could have been utilized in the world, but you forsook that and you utilized the talent in the word. And basically, that those talents are basically going to be through on top of what you got and timed it by 100, man. The Lord's going to nash you. They ain't like, it starts by an, let's say, man, I was going to say inauguration. It starts when the Lord is basically going to have the great, you know, when he brings up all the elect and basically going to put a crown upon their head and a scepter in their hand, man. Right? Mainly says a crown. So that crown, that crown, that's like the cherry on the cake, basically. Because really, it's funny. Jewelry. It's funny because one of these hood pages on bloody, it was quite good, the little post on Instagram, because the way they worded it, it made sense. But they were saying like in the 80s about, you know, in New York City, for example, you know, the East Coast of America, they basically wore jewels because it signified their status within society. You know, these treacherous thieves, how basically that they earned the level, the status to be able to wear that stuff with in certain, you know, edgy kind of environments, because that person was renowned for their ability to maneuver in those environments. So that you couldn't have a big, you know, what they call truck jewelry, the rings and all the things. And that's the same thing, but in righteousness for us, we're going to be given a crown because we showed ourselves worthy. And the Heavenly Father is going to crown us through Yahweh Shai, is going to crown us, right? Our Lord Yahweh Shai is going to put a crown on our heads and basically, you know, give us all the blessings that come along with that, alright? And that's really it. A scepter, because we're going to be leaders over the flock of Israel, alright? Because that's what a scepter really goes. It goes back to the shillelagh, a rod that a shepherd had, alright? And that's why funny enough, that was our forefathers said career path, being shepherds. So that shows you that those 12 back then are really the same 12 that, you know, lead that through the Spirit, that are the same 12 that was with Yahweh Shai, alright? Because they were going to, you know, sit on the thrones just like they were shepherds in the beginning. They'll be shepherds in the end, basically. But the sheep that they'll mind over are going to be the sheep of Israel, alright? Got more?
Yeah. So Job 20:16. He shall suck the poison of asps, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Yeah, according to the substance, according to what you nabbed. Because Esau's been doing like this bootleg reparations program where it's like, I can't remember what state it was, but it was like, I think 60 grand maybe, something, or maybe 25 grand. I can't remember. It was
I think I know what you're talking about.
To a certain amount of people, and that's just, bro, that's.
I think it's in the Midwest or something like
that's
that.
getting
Detroit or something.
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
so.
Michigan.
That's like someone spitting in your mouth, man. Like, man's gonna have hundreds of years of long-term, just extortion done in your ancestors, and then you're just gonna be like, yeah, here's a few pennies.
That's also part of the wicked, the children trying to please the poor. That's also a part of it as well.
Because like, oh, okay, these Jakes and that destroyed, they're gonna take it. But what is it? Is the Most High gonna be pleased? It's I think Joel.
No, Ezekiel 35 and 5. Since thou hast loved blood shall pursue thee. Oh, you might have a precept though, Slakia. I need to quench your spirit.
Okay, let me read this.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's funny. Okay, Joel 3:3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and have sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? If you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. Yeah, that's the recompense. You trying to please the Most High? Just be like, okay, sorry, man. Look, we gave them some money, man. We sure were sorry. Okay, we gave them some jobs. We gave them some. Okay, all this that you're doing, it's not enough, because this is what, according to the substance shall the restitution be. So that means all that you gained it's going to be returned, including the land, including the years of bondage, including all the goods. Man's throwing a few made up paper notes like that's meant to correct anything. The Lord, that's why the Most High is not mocked, man. Again.
Yeah, Ezekiel 35:5 says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, Salakia, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Saith thou, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Alright? So the Lord said that blood's going to pursue you because you have not hated blood. Alright? And that's really this scripture being personified. Let me quickly read this and then.
With the numbers?
Yep. Of course. 35 and 33. Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. See, in all them slave movies, they'll show you Esau reading about the Bible saying that, you ought to obey your masters, but he failed to go to the book of Numbers, alright, and read this, alright. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I the Lord dwell among the children of Israel. So, even more, the blood has to be basically for the balance to be set back at zero. The person that shed the blood, their blood has to be shed upon the land. Alright? And that's the way it is.
Finish this off. Job 20 and no. Yeah. 19 it says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which he desired. Well, it says violently taken away a house that he builded not. It's funny because even America, I was watching, there's an anime, it's called Vinland Saga, and it's basically about the Norse, fucking word, Vikings. The Vikings that went over to the States. And it's like, that's something that was not even spoken about until recently, man. So I remember when that was brought up, and I was just like, huh? What? And then you look up to it, it's like, oh yeah, it's all there, the history. They got the fucking houses they built there, all the landmarks and whatnot, all the shit they built there. I was just like, imagine that. That's fucking hilarious. And they showed it in American Gods season 1, when they said like, oh, Odin, when he first came there, when it has the clip of the guy that they meme where it's like the guy walks forward and just like 3,000 fucking arrows get shot into him. But that's that again, it's Esau being a lying piece of shit, and what it's a thief. Says it, surely he shall not feel quiet. Man said he discovered it when he knows that like there was hella people before, all sorts of people. Olmecs, them Hamats came before. Like I said, the Vikings, the Jakes came before, and then Northern Kingdom as well. How'd they get there? So it's, come on, man. It says, there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. Yeah. So when he's about to fill that belly, it's going to be rained on him whilst he's eating. whilst he's thinking he's getting everything he desired, man, that New World Order, it's all gonna come to an end, man. And that's why it's it's gonna be a terrible time. A lot of these fucking perverse, disturbing ideas that Esau wants to put in, he's gonna get them in, but he ain't gonna get everything, man. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. Yeah, that glittering sword, the nukes, the missiles, gonna do work. They're gonna absolutely annihilate the land of America, man. It's gonna be a mess. It says like the earth will roll to and fro like a drunkard, man. The earth's gonna move out of her place. That's gonna be a magnificent level of destruction.
200 million warheads, man.
Just impacting 1 hour of just like, just pure madness. And it says the righteous will scarcely make it. So you could see just a fucking like in 300 when the arrows are coming, it just blocks out the sun. Just have missiles coming like that. You're just like, yo, damn.
I'm done, man. Damn.
And then you just
get
saved the last minute.
When you blink that eye to be embraced for impact, you're in the heavens, man.
Yeah.
In a new holder. That's crazy, man. That's actually kind of making it like, yo, in the same moment, the scarceness of the salvation, how close it is gonna be. You know, you're braced for impact. You're gonna basically become an extraterrestrial being. Crazy shit, man.
All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. Yeah. The increase of his, I'll finish it. Increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is a portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High. So that's all Esau labored for. That's the reward. Congratulations, you played yourself for real. Because that's what he's doing. It's you have the what do you call it? The fucking saying, man. Like, you can't con an honest John. Basically, it's like most cons that people do. It plays upon someone's greed. So it's like it's their own desires basically being used against them. It's like, oh, you think you're getting a deal? You're like, oh, this TV's probably stolen, but fuck it. You know what? I'll take it. It's a deal. And you're like, you realise you got fucked over. So that's kind of what's happening with Esau. It's his own greed. He's thinking like, oh, well, I can get this New World Order, I could have it forever. And then what? Turns out, congratulations, you played yourself. But close off on
you
that.
Close out, yeah.
But yeah, say what? Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Shabbat, Shem, Kadash, Double MC Apostle, I was a great no stuff. Shalom.
Shalom.